teams are perfect, but I do think they've distinguished themselves as teams that could be very good.
Well, I think what's different this year about a lot of years in the SEC, the best teams in the SEC all have holes. A lot of the best teams for you, for Kirby, back in the day, there were not as many holes. This is a really good year for the SEC as far as having a lot of good teams. I don't know if it's as good for having the elite, the great teams.
Well, and out of fear of everybody saying this is SEC ESPN, which is certainly something that gets talked about. It's like there are two conferences that have clearly become the two conferences this year. Now, what does the future look like? I don't know. But as somebody that's been able to be baptized into this college football world, it is different down here. And the strength of schedule needs to come in a little bit more. If you want to talk about strength of schedule, Tennessee has a great argument as well, depending upon what happens today, what happens going forward. It's like you can argue for every one of these SEC teams.
Hello, beautiful people, and good morning from College Game Day, live from Athens, Georgia.
Other than just a big loss to Georgia. So every one of these teams has an argument, and I'm thanking God and Tim Tebow every day that I am not on the playoff committee and have to make those decisions.
It's good to see you, brother.
Good to
I
see you.
normally only see him at the ceremony or Heisman House. Exactly. So it's good to see you. Surprised to let you in here. I mean, you're a Gator, but yeah. But I think the most dangerous team in the SEC right now is Ole Miss.
Okay.
I think Ole Miss is the most dangerous team for one reason, Coach. You guys know this. When you slay the dragon, it does a lot for the confidence of your team. Because now they don't no longer think they can beat Georgia or one of the big dogs. They no longer believe. They know they can do it. And so that's a dangerous thing right now for a team that got as much talent as Lane Kiffin has. And number two, people start to look at you differently. Oh, okay, they knocked off Georgia. Because it wasn't a close game.
No.
It was 28-10.
Yeah.
They beat them emphatically. I think Ole Miss right now, because of their confidence, they're one of the most dangerous teams. The only thing I don't like, Coach, after that win, they got a bye. So everybody's been back on the back.
Hey, Dennis, to add to that point,
Exactly.
To add to that point, Ole Miss did it without their best player in Trey Harris.
And Trey
They
Harris,
did
the wide receiver, exactly.
it by far their best player, and they also
100%.
did it without their best running backs as well. That makes a really big statement.
Yes, sir.
And I think what's different, obviously, about Ole Miss is Lane has a defense. In the past, it was trying to outscore people. Now they can win a line of scrimmage. I just think, it's easy to forget about Tennessee because I think everyone focuses on the big brands and the teams that have consistently been there. Tennessee already beat Alabama. Tennessee wins tonight. They'll have wins over Alabama and Georgia. Haven't played their best by far. They've not been able to put it together. But with that defense they have, and if Nico gets going and starts to hit those shots, which he's more than capable of doing, with the running game of Dylan Sampson, I think Tennessee is a team, if they get that, they're going to do it tonight. It's going to be a tough task for them. Tennessee's a team not to forget about. And the last thing, wait a minute, brought this up. We thought last week was an elimination game with LSU. Tell me what has to, if LSU rights the ship, and this isn't that far-fetched, if LSU wins the next three, and what has to happen?
They need to finish in a tie because of the teams they played.
Just two losses.
With two losses, they have to win the tiebreaker, which they have some advantages because they're strength.
It's just two things have to happen.
Right. Yeah, and they
Arkansas, Missouri.
Arkansas, I think Missouri has to lose to Arkansas.
Which could happen.
Could
There's
happen.
one other
Missouri
thing.
could lose today.
And Georgia wins today.
Yeah.
And if LSU wins out. So, I mean, that's how crazy this thing is. They can get to Atlanta. LSU can get to Atlanta.
Chaos thing is because if you wind up with a tie, if you wind up with the silly 8-way tie that we talked about, it would be, I think, LSU and Alabama in the championship game. And what we're talking about here is getting the automatic bid, which gives an entirely different component to the playoff race as opposed to
Who's the best team in the SEC? Ole Miss right now.
Ole Miss.
Most teams. Coach, what do you think of the best team right now?
Well,
in the SEC.
but I want to make a point that Tim made about every team has a home.
Yes.
Right. Ole Miss probably is the best right now. But the reason they have a home is Georgia has recruited really, really well. Alabama recruited really, really well.
Yeah.
They get high-profile players that leave after a year if they're not playing.
Yeah.
So you lose your backup.
Yeah.
So you don't have any depth on your team. You have your frontline players, but you don't have any depth.
Yeah.
All right? And you can't recruit depth out of the portal because those guys want to come and play, so you're not going to recruit any backup players. And that's why I think everybody's got some hope.
I think so. Best team right now in the SEC. right now, with the trainers coming back off.
Ole Miss too. Ole Miss by a bit.
When Alabama's at their best, the way Jalen Monroe looked last week, I'm with Pat. I think I would give Alabama the
I'm gonna
nod.
get some
Yeah.
Pete's cake.
I'm just glad you brought.
Hold on one second. He can
That was a fresh one.
He didn't say everything that actions different against different teams.
Look, man.
Good job. man.
We got to wrap this here. We got
Good catch.
Poison every now and then.
Who's your best team in the
That's right
SEC?
now in the SEC.
Well, I love Alabama. You know, that's my team. That's my guys. That's who I'm
You
rooting
say
for.
Ole Miss.
I said Ole Miss is really playing
I'm just glad you brought it up because you almost forced me to go into Laurel, Tennessee. Nobody paying attention to Tennessee. All they're doing is sitting in first place in the conference. There's the one we gotta go get more fan cams showing its best fans here in college football. Tim, thanks for being with us. He'll go to SEC Nation, and we say good morning to Jess.
Good morning, Reese Davis. I'm here at the Big Dog. Mike, thank you so much for being here. Now, earlier this season, we told your family story about
I appreciate you guys.
Your grandfather started painting his head back in 1980, then your dad took over, then your brother, and now it's your turn. Why is this tradition so special to you and your family?
It's special because I love the university. My dad, my brother, my grandfather love the university with all their heart. And it just means a lot to us, and we love the fans.
And what do you specifically hope the Georgia Bulldog fans take from this tradition?
I want them to remember my family, that we showed up every Saturday and we would put the Bulldog on our head and represent the university in the right way because we love this school and I'm an alumni.
I mean, come on. And this is truly a family affair. Your boy Christine is doing the honors. It takes about an hour, so we're going to check back on the progress. There's so much more coming up on College Game Day. Do not go anywhere. I might be with the big dog, but another big dog, Georgia head coach Kirby Smart, will be joining the guys live on set to break down today's matchup. Plus, Nick Saban is taking us to school and into his film room to break down SMU quarterback Kevin Jennings. What we need to know about the 13th ranked Mustangs and why Jennings could take them to the top of the ACC. All coming up next.